Believe me, you don't want to miss Ronin's next big game. A game that is part of a growing IP that spans across animation, comics, merch, and more to come. Welcome to the universe of Kaidru, a world where comics meet gameplay in an ecosystem rich with lore, legends, and the endless clash between the realms. Kaidru Clan Battles is a multiplayer action RPG built on the expansive world and ecosystem of Kaidru. Build your customized Spark suits and team up with your friends to defeat the Void. My name is Gab and welcome to On-Chain Journal.
What's wrong?
In Kaidru Clan Battles, you're not just playing a game. You're becoming part of a saga that stretches beyond the pages of the Kaidru comics. The game drops you into a world on the brink where the astral and physical realms collide. It's up to you and your clan to fight off the Void, armed with your wits, weapons, and the power of your Spark suit. In the game, strategy, skill, and clan allegiance define your path to victory. Kaidru is a 3v3v3 PvP action role-playing game that combines elements from MOBAs like League of Legends with PvE elements like boss objectives and gearing which will be loved by all the Diablo gamers. To play the game, you are going to need Steam. Kaidru is anticipated to launch on Steam, and if you're interested, you can already add it to your wish list. In the next weeks and months, there are probably going to be a couple of more playtests where you can play the game already. So keep an eye open on Kaidru Chronicle on X and make sure to request access to the playtest on Steam when the time comes. Now, Kaidru is not your regular Web 2 game. Of course, we're always talking here about Web 3 gaming, and Kaidru is part of the Ronin ecosystem, where in the end, all the NFT collections of Kaidru sit, making especially Spark Suits the foundational NFT for the evolving Kaidru universe. But we'll talk a bit more about NFTs later. But with that said, to connect the game with your Ronin wallet and your NFTs, you will need to log into the website of Kaidru, kaidru.com, and connect your Ronin wallet. When you go to your profile, you will see a video on how to connect your NFTs. Before we start, folks, please keep in mind that everything we are showing and explaining is subject to change. The game is currently in closed alpha, so we are incredibly early still, so things might change here and there. As mentioned, you will play with 2 other teammates against 2 other teams that consist of 3 players. There are 3 colors, blue, yellow, and orange, all starting from different spawn points on the map. The goal of the game is to collect as much points as possible. The team with the most points wins the game. To collect points, eliminate your opponents and destroy the big boss of the map, known as the Void entity called Sol Ta. The more damage your team contributes to its downfall, the more points it gets. The boss spawns 3 times in a match, and the game ends with its 3rd death. After each death of the Void, a so-called Void Fracture appears in one of the Temples of Blood on the map that you will need to destroy in order to spawn the Void again. But not only that, destroying the Void adds also valuable points to your team's account. As a team, you need to position yourself and move strategically to destroy the objectives and prevent the other teams from doing the same. Alright, let's talk about things that can affect your own performance. You have 1, the choice of your chassis. Pick between light, medium, and heavy. Go tankier with the heavies, be more mobile with the lights, or find a balance with the mediums. When you have chosen your body, you can customize the different parts of your suit. Through playing the game, you will be rewarded with Spark Notes that will drop different items that will boost the stats of your suit or even give you access to new abilities. On the right, you have the category of items, and you can scroll through your acquired items to select the one that suits you best. Speaking of abilities, you can equip yourself with 2 different skills that you can use in the game. Now, I'm not going to go through every single ability here, but these skills have different utilities that can help you in the game, may it be through crowd control, damage, or enhancing your own mobility. Apart from your Spark suit, every player has a Spirit Guardian that guides your way on the battlefield and empowers your pilot with 2 additional magic abilities that you will be able to customize. At the moment of this video, there were only 2 skills that you could use. And that's technically all you need to know for now about the game. But there are certain things that I would have liked to know that I only found out way later than I should have. Some of those were actually on the how-to guide of the website, but I guess sometimes you just need to learn the hard way, right? So on 1, most importantly, you can pick different weapons by pressing 1 on your keyboard. And you can only do that at the spawn point. Again, not going through all the different weapons, but different weapons are useful for different situations and player types. You can also go back to the spawn point during the game and change your weapons if needed. You don't necessarily need to wait for a respawn. 2, when killing a Void Fracture at the Temples of Blood, you not only get points for your team, but you also receive a 30% damage buff that you keep until you die. So make sure you hold on to that. 3, Void Fractures always spawn at the temple that is opposite of the spawn point of the team that destroyed the Void entity. 4, it's not all about who gets the last hit when killing the Void entity. It's just as much about how much damage your team contributed overall. There's a big emphasis on the objective currently when it comes down to points, so make sure to hit that thing as much as possible. 5, you don't have to be in the pit to do damage to the Void. Honestly, I find this annoying and counterproductive for the game, but right now this is how it is, so you can use those platforms, intermediate platforms, to your own advantage when it comes down to doing damage to the Void. On 6, you can actually change your cursor. I didn't even know this one until way after the playtest, but Axiology has put together some amazing tips on his Twitter, so thank you for that, and make sure to check him out. We will add the link to his profile down below in the description. But why is that important? Well, sometimes it can be really hard to spot the cursor during the game. And I think that's it for now. And hopefully this helps you win some games. But hey, keep in mind who told you all of this, alright? So have a bit of mercy when you bump into Jamie Fight or myself.
Listen, Typhoon and Alpha are in trouble. We're moving in. You are to hold your ground. Do not engage.
Okay, but now let's talk a bit about the NFTs of Caedroom. Those wonderful, absolutely beautiful, gorgeous, and mind-blowing NFT collections that go hand in hand with the game. Overall, the Sparksuit NFTs are like skins, and of course, you technically don't need an NFT to play the game, but there are benefits to holding the NFTs. Most importantly, you can participate in the future KDR airdrop. I'm not going to go too deep into the airdrop because that's out of scope here, but you should know that there are some amazing airdrop opportunities here. In fact, there were already some airdrops and there will be more coming in the near future. For example, if you held a Sparksuit NFT, you would have received a Spirit Guardian NFT for free. And soon there's going to be a new NFT collection for the pilots of Caedroom, so keep an eye on that. Anyhow, a quick crash course on the airdrop. There are 3 different clans: Grimbone, Bubblegum Violence, and Emerald Hand. NFTs have different tiers which represent their rarity if you want. Adding to the rarity of your NFTs are different properties like body parts and colors. Now, combine your Sparksuit, Spirit Guardians, and Pilots, which are still to be released, to create so-called synergy and collect points. The higher the synergy and the tier, the more points you can earn for the airdrop. Just make sure that the NFTs you select are all from the same clan, one of Grimbone, Bubblegum Violence, or Emerald Hand. On top of that, you can earn extra points if your NFTs have the same color scheme. So keep that in mind when choosing your NFTs. Lastly, make sure to read the comics and fulfill the social quests on the website to increase your chances for a higher airdrop. If you want to know more about synergy that will be relevant for the airdrop, let us know in the comments down below and maybe we'll do a quick video on this. That said, we will add some links in the description down below for you to understand the airdrop and synergy all a bit better. That's about it with Caedroom for now. Keep in mind, at the time of the recording, we are still very early into Caedroom. The game is still in closed alpha and there are still many things missing, bugs that occur, etc. Personally, I think the game is already incredibly fun to play and addictive. As a former pro gamer myself, I also think it even has the potential to eventually become a competitive esports game. Why? Well, it feels smooth, it's addictive, there are strategic as well as skill elements to the game, and it already has a strong community and fan base that is only going to grow from here with the support of the Ronin ecosystem. It's basically everything that an esports game needs, if you ask me. Please let us know what you think about Caedroom. Are you a Grimbone, Bubblegum Violence, or Emerald Hand? We certainly hope this video helped you get started with K-Drew, and if it did, please make sure to give us a like and make sure to hit that subscribe button and notification bell down below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.